Hi, this is Carl. Thank you for inviting me to Unhide the Champion 2020. I'm happy to talk to you about the future of data center usage here at Colocation.Green, hosting modular data centers in wind farm. What's that all about? Why are we doing this? First of all, data center usage, all the buzzwords you know, AI, IoT, big data, are literally killing the planet. We see a massive growth for the internet usage and web applications and all internet IT usage combined. Most projections are tackling that we work currently here in the exponential function, most likely in the scenario of the red line, not at the more conservative ones below. The other big issue in Germany is that we face the highest prices for any data center usage in Europe. Meaning that a lot of projects, a lot of workloads just are not installed in Germany and make it not really feasible to continue innovation and the latest technologies to apply them here in Germany. How can we contain those innovations and make them more feasible here? This is what we came up with. We not just only run our own wind energy. We're from North Germany. We have gigawatts of this. But we were never able, in my past journey, to access this energy capacities. What we're doing now is simply not only producing the energy, but also having our own grid and operating this, enabling our own grid fees, our own restriction in terms of connecting to the grid, and thus enabling for commercial consumers the lowest energy cost in Germany, and obviously also the lowest CO2 emissions. On top of that, our grid setup is still highly available. We're still connected to the public grid with very large backbones, enabling very available energetic setups for data centers, for example. Why are we focusing to bring data centers to North Germany, not car production or steel? We're currently at a very interesting tipping point where most of the traditional data centers of customers that run their own will be closed down in a very short period of time. Some of them will migrate to the cloud, and the other one will hopefully come to specialized colocation providers like us. Just as a reminder where we are: switchyard, wind farm, and here we have our modules ready to have data center modules deployed on top of that. How do data center modules look like? Let me answer that and also go into our services. We will start in 2021 Q1 with the standard business modules, 2 of them highly available, all the redundancies, bells and whistles, fire protective, monitored, everything. After that, we have our HPC module, which is direct to water cooled, very interesting for GPU applications and HPC applications and co-locations alike. After that, we will have a high density OCP module, which is very efficient hardware. We take back after Facebook is finished with that hardware, but it's still very interesting for cloud usage, HPC and video rendering. And for the end of next year, we see the first immersion cooled things. Please look it up. I don't have the time to explain this now. This is how the modules look like. 2 tech rooms, all the bells and whistles, as I said, all the connections, all the UPS systems, and 2 big rooms with white spaces full of racks for your IT equipment. This is the HPC module. Looks a bit different. What's interesting about this is there's lots of cooling going on, lots of power installed, nearly a megawatt installed here, and we get hot water out that we can actually use via these pumps and reuse the heat, making this even more sustainable. So, to sum this up, to bring this all together, we run the most sustainable energy supply, the most interesting data center concepts, and we reuse our heat for your benefit, resulting in the lowest CO2 emissions that we actually can also put on your balance sheet and the lowest cost for any data center provider in Germany. Thank you very much, and I'm open to questions.